Hi, this is a pick a card reading for what are his hopes and fears regarding you both. So we're going to look at what he's hopeful and what his fears are connected to you both and each other. All right, so let's get started. And I've got the Diamante key to the left, the red heart in the middle, and that's a rose quartz on the third pile. So take a moment, choose your pile, and then we will get started. Okay. Now, Diamante key, respect. I'm gonna have to move this. Is that better or worse? Okay, so that's from the Rising Masculine deck. Respect is his feelings and desires. So he wants to feel like you respect him. He wants to be respected. There could be an issue about respect for this man regarding you both, or within himself. Maybe he feels like people don't respect him. So respect can be a really big, I was going to say like topic, but it can be a really big issue for some men. Let's see. Now, what his fears are is, I've got Moonlight Witch, which I know is a little hard to see, but the message is your female power is something he might be afraid of. And the card's message says, use your divine priestess power to receive what you need with grace. Feeling worthy, create strongest power. This is your broomstick to take flight. Okay, so the message of this card is for a woman to embrace her authentic power, to be her true divine self, and to sort of not hide behind anything that's inauthentic, right? Sorry, this is not. So he may be afraid of you using your power to kind of control or manipulate him. Now, you may be someone that doesn't do that, but this is what his fears are. What he hopes for is, that you can give him some space for him to still learn how to express his love and feelings. So this may be a man that is figuring out who he is and how to express himself in love relationship and how to express himself with you and what's going on between you both. So again, he may be a man that's sort of maybe not comfortable or not used to this kind of connection. Maybe you guys have a different connection than he's used to. So this is sort of talking about he's hoping that you can create a safe space for him to show his feelings, to express himself in the way that he's comfortable. My feeling is that maybe he still hasn't figured out a lot of his feelings towards you as well. So it could be that, he's hoping that you can give him that, energetic space. So I don't mean that you don't hear from him for the next, 3 weeks or whatever, but it's more like, maybe don't rush him. Maybe don't expect too much emotionally from him. Maybe don't expect him to sort of tell you how much he's missed you and thought about you all day, right? So this message might be about sort of saying, okay, lower some of those expectations from this guy at this moment. He still may be gathering some of those feelings and finding out for himself what those feelings are. So if he's not telling you his thoughts, or if he's not telling you his feelings, or if you're feeling something's lacking, I would say that's not really going to be about you. It's going to be about him trying to figure out what that is, if that makes sense. So, and as I said, going back to the female power, she's, I know it's a little hard to see that image, but it's just that she's, that message is about a woman sort of claiming her power and stepping into it and embracing that power. So whether you have stepped into it or not, he is a little bit afraid, and maybe he's been with someone that, the female used her power and dominated him in a way that he didn't feel comfortable. Maybe he felt manipulated. So remember, if you're not familiar with his full backstory, maybe you only know some of it, keep in mind that he could have fears about, strong women, and that doesn't mean you have to dim your light. It just means you need to be a little bit more emotionally aware that he could have some issues or feel a little uncomfortable or awkward or confronted with women stepping into their power. So he might, if you start to assert yourself or you ask for something and you're asking for it from a place of your strength, maybe he might have a few reactions to it. Maybe he doesn't know how to respond. Maybe he might get defensive. So I'm being very general because, it depends on your scenario and the type of man that he is. But this general draw is saying this particular person may be a man that's struggling with respect, getting respect from you and others. I would say he wants to be respected, and it's very important for him to be respected. And he's just, my feeling is this man's hoping that you're going to give him a little bit of room to move emotionally, and you can give him the time to open up and talk and express himself in his time and his way. All right, so hopefully that gave you some insight to your love situation, and we'll move on to pile 2. Which is the red love heart. Put that there. Vision, purpose. Okay. So this is a man that is seeking or currently seeking his purpose in his life. He's looking for the vision for himself. I know that doesn't make sense, but it's like he may be someone that's looking for figuring out what his purpose is, or he has some clarity about his purpose and maybe he's wanting to stay on track with his vision of who he is and who he's trying to become. And so maybe being involved with you, could create some sort of uncertainty around that. Maybe he's only just found his purpose for himself. Maybe he's only just had a clear vision about who he is and who he wants to be. And so maybe you and he, and tying into that, maybe he hasn't got a clear vision of what that looks like for you both. Now, the card from the Harvest Moon, his fears are pumpkin ghoul. So this card is about hidden secrets. So this message says, it's really hard to read. This message says, there is ugliness in all truths. Pumpkin says, secrets you hold can eat you up if you hide them. So I would say his fears are that he may have some secrets he's not ready to reveal to you. But that doesn't mean he's hiding in a malicious way. It could be that he's hiding certain things until he feels safe to share them with you. It could be that he's got some fears that some secrets will come out. Maybe there are things about him or his past he's not proud of, and maybe he's afraid that if it comes out, you're going to judge him, criticize him. So there's some energy around that where it's like, he may feel sensitive about some things to do with his past. So if you don't know everything, remember, it may not be as I said, like a negative thing. Sometimes secrets can be about self-preservation rather than deception. So sometimes people withhold secrets or withhold certain things because they feel it's easier and safer that way. And to expose that secret or to expose that information could make them vulnerable to attack by you or others. And so often secrets come from a place of that self-preservation rather than a deception, because everyone operates from their level of the self. So it's never really about you, it's often about them as a person. So he may be afraid of some sort of secret, or my feeling is he may be afraid of sharing some kind of secret or information about himself to you, due to maybe your response, or maybe you guys are still in early stages of getting to know each other. And so connected to the vision purpose could be that maybe he's finally found some kind of vision for himself and his future. Maybe you guys are starting out, you're together, or you're trying to work this out together, and he's trying to figure out, okay, how much do I let her know? How much do I let her in? Okay, so there could be a few layers to this, again, depending on your situation. And the heart confessions I have is, your love uplifts me. Please give me some time and space. Okay, that's interesting, because I was just talking about that and I didn't see that in my hand. So he may need a bit of time to share his feelings, to let you know what he wants, what his secrets are. And I'm using the word secrets very broadly, right? So it could be anything. And sometimes secrets to one individual might not be much to you. It might be a big deal to him, but when he tells you, like, oh, is that all? It's no big deal. But remember, to that person it can be. So there could be some, it depends, as I said, depends on your situation, and how you guys know each other. And if it's, something still new, give him space and time. And again, what that can mean is to just maybe not rush or have big expectations of him telling you all about himself just yet. Even if it's been a few months, even if you're still expecting to know more, still give him that space of just energetically, like, okay, I don't need to know everything. That's fine. You'll tell me what you need to know in your right time. So just give that allowing energetic space to unfold and for him to feel comfortable, because as you relax and not need to know it, that's when he'll be able to share it. So, and he feels uplifted by being with you and this connection. So there's certainly some positives here for him, but I would say it could be a case of him feeling safe and trusting is the word that comes to me. Trusting that it's okay to reveal more of who he is to you. So let me know how this resonates. Comment below. Let me know how this makes sense for your situation. If not, check out one of the other piles and maybe there's messages there for you. And we will move on to pile number 3. Starman. Okay, this man really wants to be successful. He wants to be, your joy. He wants to be the achiever. He wants to really show you and himself that he is a success in his life and is, I keep saying, like, in others' lives as well. So family, friends. He wants to be seen as a success, that he can achieve the dreams that he wants. Oops, this is the rose quartz, 3rd pile. So he wants to feel like you see him as successful, but also that he can reach the stars himself, literally. Then I've got forgive my mistakes and your kindness heals me. Oops. So, see up there. There's going to be something. Now, Dancing Skeleton is about sensitivity and really taking things slow. If I remember the card, it says the bones of a new love relationship are on the way. It's only a beginning, so build the vision with him. Take care, the early stages are fragile. Yeah, my feeling is that this could be a significant relationship for him with regards to you, but he wants to possibly take it slow. The bones of something is the early stages of something. So, kind of like it's a little tongue-in-cheek in that interpret when I created that card, but it's sort of like when we start the bones of something, it's really early, it's really new, and it's fragile. We don't want to push it or rush it too much, because if we push too hard, it can break or it can fall apart. So Dancing Man Skeleton is more about his fears are that it's in the really early stages and it could fall apart or it could break, or, this is really fragile and he doesn't want to rush it. So maybe he's afraid of rushing things with you, or he's afraid that you're going to want to rush with him. So again, depends on your situation, depends on how far along you guys are together, but he may be worried about the sensitivity and the fragile space of your connection at this time. Forgive my mistakes and your kindness heals me. That's what he hopes for. And I would say he's hopeful that you are, you're someone that easily forgives. And, some mistakes are more of an issue than others. And maybe he's encountered someone that didn't forgive so easily in the past. Again, I don't know what you know about him in his past or what he's experienced before. So it's going to be really important for him that he feels that you can forgive, minor issues, or just, being a human being. And for some of you, that could be really easy, and for some of you, that could be really hard. Everyone has different levels of expectations of people. So just be really mindful of what you're expecting of him and of yourself. And he's hopeful that, your kindness will bring healing to him and the connection between you. But what he's hoping is, that you'll be kind, that you'll be mindful, that you'll be centered, that you'll be considerate about the situation, whatever it is. In a whole, he's going to hope that you're mature enough to be able to forgive any issues that come up, any failings that he has, and that you can overlook them and forgive, and that you can bring kindness to the connection that you both share. So this man to me feels like he's someone that's striving to be a better person. As I said, the star man wants to be successful. He wants to reach his stars and dreams. It may be with you, but just as a man in himself, he has his goals that he wants to achieve. And this connection with you could help him grow into reaching those goals, but he also hopes that you can be forgiving and kind and gentle. So don't rush, don't push, don't hurry. If it is the early stages, and I'm going to say if it's just maybe 6 months, like that can still be an early stage of a relationship. So, be mindful of what you think is an early stage compared to what someone else thinks is an early stage. So give this a lot of space and just embrace where you are together with this, and don't make it feel like you're in a hurry. So comment below, let me know how this speaks to you, how it resonates to your situation, and thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.